Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is December 27th. This is going to be the last video of the year. I'm going to be wrapping it up with a kind of a year in review here. That's what we're doing today. Before we do, I'm missing something. I've been thinking a lot about when I first started this channel, and I always used to have like a question of the day to get the interaction going in the comments. Love talking to you guys. And so since I've literally been watching Harry Potter for a full week, because at Christmas, Harry Potter is on like 7 movie channels, like every single one is on at a time and you get to kind of choose. So with that being said, first of all, I wondered if you have seen the Goblet of Fire. Have you ever noticed when, what is her name? Rita Skeeta is interviewing Harry Potter in the broom cupboard. Have you ever noticed there's a point where she winks? This actress does not know how to wink. Have you ever noticed that? First and foremost. Second of all, my big question is, which of the Harry Potter movies is your favorite? And if you read the books, is it the same as your favorite book? So if you prefer the Prisoner of Azkaban movie, is your favorite book the Prisoner of Azkaban as well? I've only personally read the first 2 books. I love the movies, and I do love reading, but at the same time, when it comes to stuff like Harry Potter, I love that I don't have to imagine that world because they did bring it to life through movies for me. So after I watched the last couple movies, I was like, I'm not going to keep reading the books. But I did buy the whole series, so I probably will read it at some point. But anyway, I just wondered, what's your favorite Harry Potter book? What's your favorite Harry Potter movie? And do they coincide? Let me know in the comments below. And otherwise, let's get into this year in review for budgeting for 2023. Okay, so first and foremost, I have to be super honest. I had to go back to the very beginning of my channel and watch like the first 3 or 4 videos to figure out what my goals even were for budgeting, because I never clearly indicated what my plans were. So since I've gone back, watched a bunch of different things, here is what I have put together that was my goals for 2023. Okay, so first and foremost, the very first thing I pretty much said in my very first video was that I wanted to improve my financial life and future, and improve my financial future. Did I do this? We'll have to find out. We'll talk a little bit more about what some of my other goals were, and what some of the other things I had planned for my channel were. So number 1 though was improve financial life and future. Okay. And again, did I do that? That's kind of a to be determined. So that was the first kind of major thing that I said. You know, I said I wanted every dollar to have a purpose, or every dollar to have a place, and every place to have a purpose. That was pretty much all I really said as far as that. All right, so let's just get into some of the things I wanted to do. And again, I had to watch back because I did not clearly line out or indicate what any of my goals were. So let's do this. So vacation. Did I not? Let's see. So I know that I didn't, when the year first started, I did not know where I wanted to go. I had some ideas that I kind of yelled out. So I wanted to go to Montreal or Quebec because I wanted to go whale watching. I mentioned Alberta because I have family there. I talked about going, like, always wanting to go to British Columbia. It was a big dream of mine when I was growing up to go to UBC. Not that I had any reason why. I want to be a writer, and you don't really need university to do that. Plus, I actually have a creative writing certificate, so if I really wanted to do it, I could do it. I just gotta gotta stop making myself so busy. So as far as vacation, I will say in total, I was able to save up like $800 for a vacation, which was superb. Actually, typically or technically, it was 1,300 because if you were watching around then, so we went in July. I had saved up the money for the plane and the hotel for myself, my sister, my son, and my niece. So all four of us. The reason why I said I only saved up 800 was because her entire chunk that she owed me, she did pay back. So I was able to reallocate that money, which was $400 or $500 or something like that. So I was able to put that towards other things. So vacation, like I said, I saved up $800. So I would say that as far as it being a goal, I mean, we went to Alberta. We got to do so much stuff. What did we do? We went to, so we all had our first plane ride. We stayed in a hotel for 6 days. Maya, good Lord. She just had a vet appointment today. She's a little loopy. Yeah, sorry. So we stayed we took our first, like the entire family took their first plane rides. Then we stayed in a hotel for 6 days that had a pool and full breakfast served every morning. Then we went to the West Edmonton Mall where we went to the aquarium in there. We went to the Hasbro amusement park. We went to Jasper. We had such a blast. It's something I definitely want to do again. But I really, like, after taking that one trip, even though I really don't love planes as much as I thought I would, I'm really wanting to go and explore Canada a little more before I start talking or thinking about exploring the rest of the world more. So I think that in 2024, and this is just me spitballing for planning for next year, but in 2024, I would like to take at least my son. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, I will not, like, spot my sister again. It's just, if she wants to come, she's gonna have to save up herself. But I would love to take my son to either Halifax, because he is really into the Titanic right now. So I would love to take him there, to take him to the museum and all of that. Plus whale watching, because you can do that there. Quebec, because he's never been there. I have been there once. I really liked it, but I was like 19 and they served Long Island iced tea with breakfast. Therefore, although I know I enjoyed the trip, I don't really remember it. And then I'm thinking again, BC. Now I'm thinking BC is not going to be a 2024 thing because British Columbia is the most expensive province. I don't care what anybody says. That place costs more to live, costs more to explore, costs more to visit. It's just much more expensive than any other province. Taxes are higher, costs are higher, and I just don't think it will be in the budget for 2024, but maybe we'll aim for 2025, so that'll be another to be determined. Okay, so anyways, vacation, I do think I did pretty good. We did get to go somewhere. My son has now officially been on a plane. He's been out of the province. And it wasn't just the typical, let's go for a car ride to Kingston or let's go for a car ride to North Bay. It was, we actually went somewhere that none of us had been before. So that was really, really cool. So another thing that I talked about being really, really important to me when it came to my channel was transparency. I said from the very first video that I wanted to always be as transparent with you guys and as I possibly could. And in the past year, in my complete honest opinion, I told you when I overspent and if something came up, even when I restarted or rather simplified my 100 envelope challenge because of how difficult it was just basically too much, too hard, and I was losing all my motivation, so I restarted. I'll tell you now, I blew up my savings when it came to Christmas. Luckily, I'm actually not in any further debt than I ever was or anything like that. Like usually I I have nothing. Like normally my bank account's empty by now. My credit card's completely maxed out. I'm not there. I actually, my dog did have a vet appointment, which I still had money for. I did spend into my vet fund when it came to buying my winter tires. So that's another thing, is I did get a car, but we'll talk about that after. But yeah, so my vet appointment, I had originally had $500 saved up. I ended up spending money out of that to get my winter tires for the car I just bought. And so I did end up digging into that money. However, when my appointment actually came up, I still had enough. It was $223 and I had $235. So I have a little bit to go off of, but in the new year, I will be restarting that fund completely. So that's me being transparent. Did I overspend? Absolutely. But on the plus side, I didn't overspend to the point of putting myself in any debt. So was I transparent? I believe I 100% was. Like, I don't think that there was anything I ever didn't tell you guys. When something came up, I told you. Like I said, when I overspent, when I underspent, even when my bank account literally was pretty much empty like a week or two ago, and I went through my coins and rolled everything again because I didn't want something to come out and then my account to be in zero balance. So as far as everything, like, I do believe I was completely transparent with you. And honestly, I'm going to add, maybe not in this color, I got to keep the colors going. I will add, because even in my pre-planning stages here, I never added a vet fund. My goal for my vet fund, I actually didn't have a goal. At one point, I did hit $500. By the time my appointment came up, I only had $250. But when it came to my appointment, I was able to completely afford my appointment without having to go into anything else. So that was what was really important to me. If something comes up vet-wise, I want to make sure I have that money there. That will be my thing this year, is I want to get $500 into that account, and I will not touch it unless it's for the pets. That is like my promise to myself for 2024. Again, this isn't even going to be like my 2024's goals or anything. I'm just kind of talking as I go. Okay, so my 100 envelope challenge. If you guys think that these colors are like obnoxious, you should have seen my notes in high school. My notes in high school were always in, like, every paragraph was a different color. But anyways, so my 100 envelope challenge, originally, my goal was, once completed, it would have been $2,150. And straight up, no words of a lie, I just could not do it. So when I recreated it to be $1,000, it became possible. And so in October, I completed it. I had $1,000 and I put that towards my new car. Anything that didn't go toward the new car went toward the winter tires for the new car. So, completing it was a huge deal for me. Will I do it again? Maybe, but it will not be this year. I would like to focus on other stuff, something that's a little more fun, a little less stressful, a little more by the seat of your pants. Whereas, like with the 100 envelope challenge, I was so stressed I just didn't want to be the one to fail the 100 envelope challenge. There's thousands of people on the internet that do the 100 envelope challenge. I didn't want to be the one that couldn't do it. So the fact that I did it, I'm proud of myself. And, maybe again I'll do it, but my biggest thing, and I will keep saying this, my biggest thing is with the 100 envelope challenge, you got to fold the bills, and I can't stand it. So if I do the 100 envelope challenge again, I will be creating envelopes that are the size of dollar bills so that I do not have to sit there and unfold every single bill. I felt so terrible also because I gave $500 to a lady for winter tires, and I gave it to her in 5s and 10s, and I felt terrible about it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But this year, I will not be doing the 100 envelope challenge. It will be, or I guess next year. But anyway, okay. Another big thing that was a goal that I do remember mentioning was the $1,000, good Lord, emergency fund. So yeah, that was one of the first things that I actually completed was the $1,000 emergency fund. That money I have actually taken completely out of my own reach, because it's not that I don't trust myself with my money, it's just that I don't really trust myself with my money. So I put that into a high yield tax-free savings account. So it's in an account collecting money or collecting interest. But if something should come up, which, knock on wood, it won't. I would knock, but my dog will go crazy. So knock on wood, figuratively, that nothing happens. But if something should come up, I'm able to access that money the same way as I can my other tax-free savings account. So basically what I would do is I'd have to reach out to my Primerica rep. He would fill out the paperwork, send me an email. I have to do like an automatic signature. So I just sign a thing online, and then within 1 to 3 days, that money is in my account. So the downside of it is that it does take a little while to get to me. So if it was an emergency that needs to be dealt with here and now, it's not really helpful to me. But with most things, if you say, hey, I can have the money in 2 days, most of the time they're like, okay, well, it's something you need now. Let's fix it now, and we can square up later. So yeah, I do have my $1,000 emergency fund. It is completed, and again, if I'm thinking I would like to do some sort of a challenge or something of that sort that would add more money to that, and maybe I will. We'll have to see what the new year brings. So the next conversation is credit payoff. So all right. How do I even get into this one? Credit payoff. I didn't do great at this. My credit card is still not maxed out. But that's not saying a whole lot, because I would love to not have more than like $300 owing on my credit card at a time. I'm very far away from that right now. But more so, I will actually write this one here because these two kind of link. So I did acquire a car, which goes hand in hand with credit because, yes, I got a car. Yes, I saved for the car. However, the car still cost like $21,000, and I put down $2,000. So basically saying I'm going to be in debt, whether with my credit card or with my car payments, until I die, until the end of time. So no, it's supposed to be a 7-year thing. I'm hoping that through bonuses at work, through income taxes, I can pay big chunks off at a time. So I'm hoping to pay off my credit, or at least bring it back up to a reasonable level, because right now I would say it would be reasonable to say that I currently have like $2,800 in credit that I don't have. Like it's not maxed out. My credit card is $3,000 and I'm at about $28,000. So I really need to work on that. I need to stop just putting enough payment on to cushion what comes off. I need to start making real payments, start making a real effort to pay it off. I know it's going to be even more difficult now that I have car payments and insurance payments, but I am I am, what's the opposite of pessimistic? I'm optimistic that I will be able to do that. So, this is the big thing. I wanted to get a car so bad, and I was like, I don't want to spend this much. I don't want to get this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I can't stand. But I finally got one. It was a full year it took me to find one. The car I found, it is a 2016 GMC Terrain, and honestly, I love it. I'm having a couple issues with the heater. It likes to turn off on its own a lot because you can set the thermostat to a certain temperature, and once it hits that temperature, it just turns off, which is kind of annoying because then, you know, you want it to turn back on, but you have to keep changing the thermostat because then it gets too hot and you have to turn the thermostat down, and instead of like it doing something to cool the car down, it just turns off. That's like the biggest thing I'm having an issue with. I love the trunk space. I love the space in the back seat. The passengers, I haven't had anybody complain about the space in the front seat. I love the middle center console. I call it the abyss because it's really, really deep. It holds a lot of stuff. It's got lots of outlets so I can charge my watch and my phone at the same time. It's got Bluetooth. It's got, I do really enjoy, I really, really am happy with the purchase. Although it does still sting a bit when I think, wow, $245 a month, bi-weekly, yay, great. But, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, my goals of 2023 were essentially, well, okay. Did I reach my official goal of improving my life and financial future? So far, I have got to say a big yes to that. I really think I did. I think that, you know, as far as anything, like when I started, I didn't have a vacation fund. I didn't have a vet fund. I didn't have a down payment for my car or an emergency fund. I owed $3,000 on my credit card. I didn't have a vehicle. So far, 2023, I have definitely achieved goals. My dog went and saw a vet for the first time in like 3 years, and like her vaccines had lapsed. She, you know, luckily, I was lucky that, you know, yes, she's very overweight, so we're going to be working on that, but like her eyes are good, her ears are good, her heart sounds good, her joints are good, everything is good, and I'm really lucky because, you know, time away from the vet for that long, really big things can happen really fast, and so the biggest thing is her weight, you know, she's 7.5 years old, and she's 20.5 kilograms. She's not supposed to be that much. He said that she's probably 15 pounds overweight. So we have to work on that. We're going to be cutting her back. We got to put her on a special food for a special diet. But luckily, we'll be saving money on treats and such. And, you know, we'll be doing that. I'm going to keep her going annually to the vet. So I'd always like to have a $500 vet fund. Yeah, so as far as everything in my year of review or my year in review, I improved my financial life, and I think I'm working on a pretty good path to having a good financial future. I'm confident that I'll be able to take my son on another kind of vacation this year. I am confident that I can continue to be transparent with you guys about everything, about money that I've gained, money that I've lost, things I've overspent on. I think that I can continue to be transparent with you guys 100%. My vet fund, I'm going to have a goal this year of $500. I will do another video with all my actual goals laid out, and I'll talk about whatever savings challenges I'm planning on doing as well. 100 envelope challenge, I did complete it. I will not be doing it in 2024, at least not that I can see right now. Emergency fund, I have it. I would like to double it. Ideally, I would love to have an extra 500 added to that by the end of 2024, but again, we'll discuss that later. My credit card, I would love to do better, but unfortunately, I'm only a couple ticks higher than I was at the beginning of the year. So I got to get better with that. And luckily, I have a car. My biggest thing now is I need to keep up with the payments. I cannot forget about payments. I cannot let any payments lapse. It's going to be a brand new thing, but so far so good. And, you know, I think that I'm with the right planning. I'm gonna rock it. Gotta keep my confidence up. I did already get my 2024 binder or calendar. I haven't done the stickers and stuff for it yet, but I will be doing that probably right after I'm done this video. I'm going to be putting in all my stickers and all of that. So this is the binder or the calendar I'll be working with next year. I really like it. I kind of wish that it had a, you know, a better, I don't know, I like it. It's plain, it's simple, it's easy. I kind of like the print. I don't know. Well, it'll do. It'll do. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing another video. You guys will be seeing it at the beginning of the year. I think my next pay goes in January. I don't know why I'm looking at this. I think my first pay goes in January 4th. So I'll be doing my budget breakdown and my cash on stuffing Tuesday, Wednesday, and then my cash stuffing will go up on Thursday. I have the first week of January off, so you'll definitely be getting all those videos on time. So let's aim for, if only there was a December, hold on a minute. Let's aim for, I will put up my plans and stuff for December. Let's aim for, today's the 27th, so maybe maybe we'll do it on the 30th or the 31st. So just keep an eye on your, actually, you know what? Just turn on your subscriptions and your notifications, and when I do upload it, you guys will know. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking by me in 2023. I know it was a big learning process. Everything was new. Everything was difficult. Well, it wasn't difficult, but everything was a learning process. It still is. There's a lot of people who are just starting out, and I'm excited to refresh and reset and, you know, get back at it in 2024. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys at the end of the year for a layout of goals and what to expect for 2024. And then otherwise, I will be back with you guys next week. I think it was the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of January for my typical round of budgeting and unstuffing and restuffing. So again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.